You are watching How Big Is The Map, and this is the last video of Elden Ring on this channel. I walked, ran, sprinted and rode across this map, so I think I made enough videos about this game. And the previous video was all about the question, is Elden Ring open world or not? Thank you all for writing down your opinion on this subject in the comment section of that video. We came to the conclusion that this is an open world game, so here's an open world review. This isn't a review about the game itself, the gameplay or the story, it's all about the game world in this RPG. I'll give scores for freedom, content and detail, graphics, atmosphere, vistas and views, and an overall score. I'll start with freedom, but I'll keep it short because we've already discussed the subject freedom in the Is It Open World video. Well, you can run a lot and feel free, but sometimes cliffs and rocks keep you from running in every direction. There are a lot of mountains that are in the way. It's kinda hard to walk a straight line in this open world. The good thing is that there are a lot of indoor locations and you can enter them all. There are a lot of lifts, so the game world is also a little bit vertical. And you can walk through the streets of the big capital. Let's take a very short look at the map. This is the map. It has a strange form, very narrow at some places, and there's a lot of water, as you can see. You can't just run from point A to point B in a straight line. You always have to take a detour. And that decreases the score. But you can enter all buildings and castles and you can go anywhere in the city. I'll give a 6 for freedom. Because you don't get that feeling of freedom you get when you're traveling in other open world games. Now look at this, it's time for the next subject, content and detail. There's a lot of detail in this game world. There's a lot to see, there's a lot of content. Look at these big castles, statues, big buildings and indoor locations and hanging giants and countless amounts of candles. The developers really put all their effort in this game world. Everywhere you look, you see something like hanging pieces of meat, hanging body parts. It's not a really cozy place. I really have to give a 1 out of 10 for coziness. But we were talking about content and detail. And I've got to show you more places that are full of detail. Look at this. Somebody has to clean this place up. But there's a lot of detail and that's what this is all about. Okay, well, a lot of indoor locations in this game. Sometimes this game feels like a linear game instead of an open world game. Yeah. And there are caves. A lot of caves. And a lot of other crazy places. Look at this wicked place. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give a score. I will give a 8.5 for content and detail. Because, well, you find a lot of interesting stuff. It's full of stuff. Everywhere you look, you see something. Yeah, maybe outside there are some empty spaces, but even there you can find things. So, a 8.5 for content and detail. Time for the next subject, the graphics in this game. Yeah, it looks great, but I'm never really impressed, to be honest. There are a lot of games when you step into a large room or when you climb a hill and you say, wow, this is beautiful, because the graphics make it all so realistic. But I don't get that wow feeling that often in this game. What I do like is the light of the sun, or the light that comes from the brightly lit yellow tree. What about the reflections in this game? Look at this. It looks good, but you don't see them very often. Not as much as we see them in games like, for example, Dying Light 2. Yeah, you really could enjoy the reflections in that game when you had the RTX on. But not in this game. But it's not necessary. It's full of detail and it looks great. Okay, well, I'll give a 6.5 for graphics. Time to talk about the next subject, the atmosphere in the game. Yeah, it's creepy sometimes, but never really creepy. It's still cool though. Look at these dead giants hanging. You get a feeling of loneliness and desolation, especially because you're small and weak in comparison with these huge monsters in this game world. You never really hear atmospheric happy birds. No, you hear crows. And they make you feel uncomfortable, and before you know it, you are walking on dead bodies. The atmosphere is unique, also because of the sounds and the music, and every area of the game world has its own atmosphere and its own monsters. You have deserts, forests, snowy landscapes, and of course the big capital city. With music that creates a desolate atmosphere, and the music these white puppets make, well, that's not that cheerful either. The atmosphere also feels like it's fall, autumn, all the time. No flowers, no butterflies, no bright colors, but rather a grey-brown dark kind of world. Especially when it rains, it feels that way. Fortunately, there are some real young, nice, pretty ladies who can sing beautiful, happy songs. Listen to this. Okay, I give a 6.5 for the atmosphere because the feeling I get from the atmosphere is never really that strong. It isn't desolate enough, it isn't creepy enough, it isn't cozy enough. Yeah, I've been much more positive in other reviews, I know, but okay, I'm honest here, this is my opinion. That doesn't mean that I think this game world is crap. Oh, hi there. Did I make you crabby? Nice crabby. It's time for the last subject, vistas, views. There are some places in this game world you can enjoy gorgeous vistas, especially in the capital city. And the great thing is that you can reach every place you see. You can really get there. Every place is accessible. Thanks to all these lifts and ladders. Or tree roots. And again, everything you see here can be reached. Look at the awesome level design. There are some mountains where you can have a nice view, but there aren't that many places to get nice views, so I give it a 6 out of 10. Yeah, we have seen better game worlds with better vistas, so a 6, I'm sorry. And the overall score is a 6.7, I'll calculate it the whole thing, 6.7 out of 10. What do you think? Leave a comment, please, and write down your opinion on this. I see you in the next video. It's a top 175 biggest maps ever created. I see you there. Thanks for watching. This is How Big Is the Map. Goodbye.